There you got it.
Okay. So after we're done with this, I'll look to see if I can find where it's recording to.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So as I interrupted you about commercial paper.
I'm trying to change my view here because all I see is giant face picture of myself. Technology is crazy. Okay. Okay, so we're beyond valuation stuff. So what I did for another client, I bought this for you guys in the past a number of times, and that's commercial paper. So what the trustee will do, Dolores at BOK, is she's going in on February 15th and August 15th, and she's going to do a mark to market and find out how much these securities would be worth if you were to liquidate. If the securities, if I buy securities and they mature after or a long time before then, let's say it's March 15th or whatever, then she will come up with a value of that security as if you were to sell it, even though it matures in a month. She also is not going to include in that calculation accrued interest that you're due. That if you were to liquidate early, which you're not going to, but if you had to and you needed that money, you would get your accrued interest. But for whatever reason, none of the trustees include accrued interest in their valuation. So a way around that is, and it's especially helpful in this environment, is to buy securities that either pay interest or mature prior to the valuation date. So what we can do is we can buy commercial paper and have it mature, say a couple of days before February 15th. And see, you're right on the cutoff, so I'm not quite sure what the yield would be, but I think it should be about a 330 yield.
Wow.
Now, if I were to buy, oh, there we go, that's better. If I were to buy a treasury that short, we'd be in the twos. So yield wise,
what? How much was it?
We'd be in the somewhere in the 2% range. I can
Okay.
tell you exactly, but commercial paper is by far the best thing, especially for the short duration that is going.
Okay.
And that really almost any time with the types of securities that you and all of our institutional clients can invest in, commercial paper is the ticket. And we've bought a lot of Toyota Motor Credit for you guys before. It's the highest yielding. There are only 2 top-rated commercial paper issuers around. Toyota is one of them, and we are direct to them. So the yield that we can give is a little bit better than any of the issuers that are in the second highest credit rating category. And then another reason why we like them so much is commercial paper. You know, these are large, high-rated corporations, and they want huge amounts of money. And so they usually have minimums of 10 or 15 million. And so Toyota has $100,000 minimum. So they're kind of like across the board, the best, the best. We're direct, high yielding, top rated, domiciled here in the US, low minimums.
Okay.
Anyway, so what I think we'll need to do on the 15A and B is take them, because you have money sitting in money market from securities that have recently matured.
Yeah.
And for the 15A, I didn't as soon as you emailed me back saying I can do it in 30 minutes,
Yeah.
I had my back office call Dolores and try to get money market balances, but sometimes, they don't work in our timeframes. So for the 15A, you should have around 315,000 money market. And then with this also, we have a federal home loan bank that matures 2 days after the valuation. I'm hopeful that I know that the value of that security on that matures February 17th of 23, being 2 days after she values it, the value is going to be basically par. So
Right.
because it's, so securities, depending on whether you buy at a premium or a discount, they're going to amortize or accrete as we get closer to maturity to par, which is what you get at maturity. So you're not going to get whacked on valuation on that. The other ones, you have interest on the June of 24 security that will be paying 2 months before August. So that's a good thing. And then the one that matures August of 2030, it will be paying interest on August 5th, 10 days before each of your valuation dates. So at least we'll have interest earnings going into the account just before that to help.
Right.
What you'd prefer not to have is interest getting deposited after they do a valuation, and then you get this big chunk of money, and then it didn't help you with the valuation.
Right.
So commercial paper maturing on or before February 15th would be the way to go. And it's probably it realistically is probably going to be like that 320 to 330 range. I just don't know exactly what that yield is. They're open sporadically. We anticipate that they'll be open at least by the beginning of the month. What I've learned is, they're a car manufacturing company, and they open up in the beginning of the month for their monthly needs, and then they kind of open up sporadically throughout the month when they need a little bit more. So I was fortunate to buy a larger purchase earlier today. It was kind of a customized one, but I have, and the other advisors in our group have a number of other smaller purchases that are waiting for them to reopen. So probably in the next several days, they will reopen.
Okay.
So I anticipate about 315,000 in the 15A. That should be reinvested probably in that commercial paper short-term piece. And then in the 15B, about $570,000.
Is that what that top row is? That Kavanaugh Hill? Is that the money market up there at the top on the?
Oh, on your
valuation.
Yes, that's the 15B. Kavanaugh Hill is the money market. So 598,000 as of probably the 15th. So we haven't gotten the exact money market balance yet from Dolores, but as soon as we get it, then we'll know, exactly how much can be spent. Tell me what is going on with the 14B. Weren't you looking at refinancing?
What's that? Do you know what that's for? I can't even remember what it's for. I don't know.
Sewer system.
Huh?
The sewer system.
Okay, they didn't. No, I can't. I'm gonna let Cindy tell you next week, because 214 was they were gonna do it, and we sold that, right? Or we redeemed that, and then because that's what we told you to do, and then they decided, okay, it's not going to be worth refunding the issue. What they've done with that since then, I can't tell you.
Okay.
Sorry.
And that happens sometimes. Okay, 14. It has a commercial paper piece in it, $278,000 worth that matures in December. But yes, we sold on March 30th and 31st of this year. We sold 3 securities, roughly $600,000 worth. But we left the commercial paper piece because it matures at the end of the year, and I think you were hopeful that the refunding would happen around that time. But here's the issue. Since March of this year, rates have skyrocketed. So if we can take this money and even invest it out short term until anywhere up to 9 months, let's say, up to a point that you may or may where you'll know whether you're going to refund it or not. At least you'll earn some interest on it rather than leaving it in the bank's money market.
So where is that? You've got the commercial paper and the 600,000 in a, where's that in a running money, the money market? You said?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in BOK's money market.
Okay. Okay. So you want to do the same thing with that. You've got all the money marks you want to move into commercial paper now.
Right.
Okay. I don't know what the maturity date or the evaluation date is on those, but on the 2014, is that the same time of the year?
I can look it up. I'll bring it over here and let you see what I'm looking at. See, I'll share my screen. All right, you see your 2014B official statement there?
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to scroll through and I'm going to look for valuation. 529,000 as a reserve requirement. Okay, it talks about valuation here.
Mhm.
Okay, well, this is exactly what I was telling you on in that scenario. A lot of our clients, to reiterate that, you as the issuer have the ability to direct the trustee on anything that exceeds the reserve requirement, whether you want that to help go pay for your bonds, or you want to leave that in the debt service reserve account. And so what's interesting is the way that your 14B is written is probably the way that most clients are written. And here it says the city shall direct such excess be paid and credited to the revenue fund. Shall direct. So if you don't direct and you direct them to leave it in the reserve fund account, they should leave it there to pad it. This is just for the 14B. Oh, I don't see anything about valuation dates. Okay. I'd have to look into the valuation dates on the 14B. So I can't answer that question right now.
Okay, that's fine. It's just, and I'm not
Um,
gonna answer or tell you what to do on this one either, because,
Yeah. So the 14B, and I think that's with UMB.
yeah, Commerce used to do it and it said it on there, but I think UMB is doing all their trust now. So it's the Kemper's on both of them or did.
Here. So 14B, UBS now, Andrea Updegrove.
Okay,
So you got UBS on the 14B, and then BOK with Dolores Woodard for the 15A and B. So number one question is what's the plan with the 14B? Are you refunding that, refinancing that? If so, when? We have a December 2nd of 2022 investment that's maturing. That's $278,000 worth. Other than that, there is roughly $600,000.
how much is that commercial paper ballpark?
What?
What's maturing at 1220, or no, is that, or that, you said that's 600,000 is the money market.
About $600,000 is sitting in the 2014 money market.
Okay,
And then 278, unless, let's see. I'm just looking at what we sold just on a spreadsheet and what we bought. So we sold this March 30th of 22. And then June of 22, we bought 278,000. So I don't know what, and without the trustee getting back to us yet on the balances and stuff, I can't see it.
okay.
We don't get the statements.
I'll Cindy will dig it up next week.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So the biggest thing is what's your plan with a 14B? And then if there's money to be invested that's sitting idle, maybe the reserve requirement has been reduced, which we can find out about that.
yeah,
And if so, then there may be nothing to reinvest. And then for the 15A and B, we definitely have money to the sitting idle that needs to be reinvested. And the best way to get a high yield and have it so that this portion of the portfolio is not subject to valuation is to buy commercial paper maturing just before the valuation date.
okay. Very well. Okay. All right, I got it here. So hopefully you can send me this recording and then we'll figure out what it is, but I'll run that by Lori.
Okay.
And
All right. When is everybody back? Cindy's back next week.
yep,
And Lori.
she'll be back. But I meant, as far as, you want to do something with that money market on this 15A and B like this week, or do you say wait till the first?
Well, I'd like to have a standing order going because they could open up tomorrow morning for 10 minutes.
Okay.
And so I would, and then if they do open tomorrow and I don't hear from you until tomorrow afternoon, then I'm waiting, who knows, several days, a week,
Mhm.
whatever it is until they reopen and I'm able to get it in that next buy.
Okay.
So probably the sooner the better, and then I can get it on the kind of the waiting list.
Okay. I'll hopefully have an answer this afternoon
Okay.
on that. So,
Okay. Yeah, probably at least just the 15A and B. That's the easiest one to make the decision on. The 14B may require, waiting for Cindy and then kind of seeing what the plan is with that refinancing and.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing, I think that's dead in the water, the refinancing, because
Okay.
I think it might, well, it's not gonna be maturing yet, but that was when the interest rate in March and stuff, they're going up and stuff. So I don't know what
Right.
stopped them from
Yeah.
doing that. So,
Okay.
all right.
All right. Well, if you just get back to me on the 15A and B, if we have a go to buy commercial paper to, February 15th or just shy of that, that'd be great.
All right, sir.
Okie dokie. Well, good talking to you, Tom.
Okay. You
Look
too,
forward to
sir.
Football season getting started.
Yeah, the home opener's down in Arizona, or the season opener is down in Arizona, and my brother lives down there, so I'm trying to work deals that for that.
Yeah.
He lives down in Chandler down there, so see what happens there.
Yeah. That'll be cool. That'll be cool.
All right, sir.
Okie dokie. Have a good one. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. Bye.
Bye.